And good afternoon. Welcome to Geneseo football here at Bob Reed Field. My name is Bob Pettit, along with Pat Mitchell and Keith Kennedy on the camera. We got Willis Andel here taking some stats for us today. Glad to have him back. And we're about ready for the varsity contest. The sophomore JV contest ended in a victory for the Leafs, 35-0. And we're about ready for kickoff.
I'm just kind of looking for a chain gang, guys. I see the sticks down there on the ground, and we're ready to kick off.
Now we're going to take them off the field because, oh, here they come. They'll be here by and by.
Now, the one interesting thing I heard the official say that if I heard it correctly, I heard him say Geneseo won the toss and elected to defend the north end zone. So now I don't know. I'm not totally sure what that means. If that's what they did, then Geneseo's going to be kicking off in the second half, probably. If Quincy wants the ball, that means it's Quincy's choice in the second half. But we'll see. We'll find out, figure that out at halftime. But with the weather the way it is today, the Leafs basically will have the wind in the first quarter, and in hopes to keep Quincy pinned down inside their own territory. It looks, I'm not sure officially, but I mean, it looks like a 25-mile-an-hour wind. And then the rain's actually kind of let up a little bit compared to what it was in the JV game before this, which was won by the Geneseo Junior Varsity Leafs, 35-0.
Let's give the chain gang a big hand. They're on duty.
Players are just ready to go.
Cotty going to hold the ball because there is still enough wind that it won't stay on the tee.
Thank you.
And here's the kickoff by Geneseo. Received at the 10-yard line, across the 20, 25, 30. Got a head of steam and a lot of yardage near the 35-yard line. Yep, they're going to spot it right at the 35-yard line with the nose of the football, and Quincy starts 1st and 10 with pretty good field position. The Leafs defensively, P.J. Mosier at defensive end, Levi Newman at one tackle, nose guard is Connor Shipman. The other defensive end, Brennan Smith. Linebackers, Bruce Moore, Connor Helke, and Dominic DeBoof. Oh, first play. Is that Helke?
Connor Helke, yeah.
Helke in the backfield. Tackles the quarterback for a loss.
Right. As the rain picks up, the Leafs must have had something on first down for Quincy, because they brought two linebackers in gaps right next to each other, creating a loss for the Quincy Blue Devils.
Second down and 13. Here's a snap from under center. Pitch wide. It's fumbled. It's recovered by. It's popped up.
Caden Davidson.
It's a live ball. They didn't blow a whistle. It appears they did not. Caden Davidson. It looked like the Leafs were going to recover the ball on the ground, but It popped up out of their hands into the air. Davidson with the recovery, and it's touchdown Geneseo. What a way to start a ball game.
No flags. Well, I tell you what, you can't ask for a better way to start a ball game than that.
I didn't get a chance to finish the defense, Coach.
Right.
It would have been cornerbacks Will Taylor, Tannen Rink, safety Andrew Cotty, and safety Caden Davidson, but he scored a touchdown before he could say his name.
Wow. That's a great start.
There's a hold, and the kick is up and good.
Hunter Holke with the extra point. Leafs lead this ball game 46 seconds into it, 7-0.
Second offensive play from scrimmage by Quincy ends up in a Geneseo touchdown on a fumble and a pop-up. What do we got going here? We got an official walking off the field.
Right. Don't see the trainer. Know if he got knocked down. I didn't see it.
Trainer's giving us some attention, and we're going to go with.
He's holding that left arm.
Looks like we're going to go with a man short. That's the way it's going to be. It's been done before.
Right. They're walking him all the way off.
Still have 4 officials.
Getting a little deja vu here.
Yep. Watching the Frost-Off game, Geneseo had short field advantage numerous times from Quincy turnovers, and it's a slick ball.
Right.
I know it's like a big block of ice out there, but that was a simple pitch. It wasn't. I think he just took his eye off the ball. Can't blame that all completely on the slick ball.
The key for the Leafs now is you got to keep it up. You know, it's a lot warmer when you're leading on the scoreboard, but you got to keep it up and not let Quincy have any room to breathe.
Holke with the kick, and he gets his leg into it with the wind at his back, and it's way out of the end zone. That ball's across the track, back to the fence, about 40 yards behind, out of the end zone.
Wow.
That thing had a lot of leg.
That's taking advantage of that wind a little bit, which is good. We did that on Monday. What a difference between 2 days. Monday, it's 80 degrees and it's sunny and people are getting sunburnt. Today, not so much.
So we called the Leafs on defense. Same guys should be out there. So the second possession by Quincy is a handoff on the left side. Up.
Second back through, number 2, Dre Humphrey. That's Quincy, at least they're coming out with. You know, we've heard they throw the ball. But I'm not so sure they're not down a quarterback. They start out with a little wishbone and going to try to pound it at the Leafs.
5'11", 212-pound senior Dre Humphrey. He's not a little fella.
No.
But they are under center out of the wishbone. And here we go. Now we're in the shotgun. No, we're under there. There we go. My bad. And there's a fumble again.
Fumble snap.
It's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground still. Quincy got it back, it looks like.
Well, can't trust the players. They're both pointing in different directions.
Oh, no. They're giving it to the Leafs.
We're going to give that to Geneseo again.
And I can't.
On the second play from scrimmage of their second possession again.
I don't know who came up with that. Is it Brendan Smith? 45, Connor Helke. Outstanding.
Connor Helke with a sack on the first play from scrimmage of the game. On the fourth play from scrimmage of the game, gets another turnover for the Leafs.
This time the Leafs got to run a little offense if they're going to score points here. Take advantage of the wind.
Coach, you want to call if the offensive play? You better go quick before they score.
I know who that is.
Hand off on the left side.
I know who that guy is.
Well, you're too late.
I might call him down. His knee looked like it was down a yard short.
Yep, going to call him on the 1 yard line.
All right, quarterback Nathan Beneke, and that ball carrier there, Bruce Moore. He is the three, what we call the 3-back, the 2-back. Mason Jones, P.J. Moser out there as the fullback. Offensive line, right to left, Nathan Van Woestein, Harrison Newman, Michael Emmerich, Ian Leach, Tegan Miller. You got Brennan Wages at one of the ends and Cade Ariano at the other. And he just gained about a half yard on that, on the penalty there.
Leafs going for 2.
Now, the one thing the Leafs do is they shuffle a lot of different guys personnel in and out. For example, Cade Ariano coming in for Brennan Wages and moving Mason Jones at the top of your screen.
No, it's a less than a yard. You're correct. It's less than a yard.
Mm-hmm.
Handoff up the middle. Boom. Touchdown Leafs. Took them 2 plays to score 2 touchdowns. Got 10 minutes, 3 seconds left. We have not played 2 minutes in the score. 13-0 going for the extra point.
Once again, Hunter Holke set to kick the extra point. Andrew Cotty, the holder.
Good hold, good kick, plenty of distance.
Well, I tell you, a lot of the momentum we've seen in the second half of the Alleman game on Monday seems to have to have carried over into the beginning of this game. Now, you can't, it's like always, you got to keep playing. You can't let this team back in the ball game. But if you get them down early, they may be ready to get back on the bus and go home. But the last few years, Quincy has not been that type of team.
I think they'd have to admit the Frost-Off game is exactly what happened. They were in the game for a half or a minute short of a half, and as soon as they turned the ball over, they just kind of tucked their tails in.
Agreed.
Surprisingly, but they did. They played almost a whole full half of the game. Pretty stiff competition.
Right. Got behind a couple scores, and it got colder.
And then there was no competition after that. So Holke back to kick again for the third time. And there's the boot. It's a long one. That ball's going over the fielder's head into the end zone and out of the end zone. Again, back to the fence. That ball scooted.
You betcha. I'm telling you, that is so valuable. We've said it before. We'll say it again. Forcing another team to start at the 20-yard line is difficult for football teams to go 80 yards without making a mistake.
It's a combination of, you're taking a play out of their hands, too. The return play is not a factor.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No question.
And Quincy one more time. Almost fumbled that one. That ball's handed off on the left side, but he's going nowhere. They're going to give him a yard.
It's like Connor Helke there as he's trying to pick his way through. Yep, Connor Helke.
Good. Spotted at the 21-yard line.
Right, that snap throws off the timing.
Struggling on the snap. Said they were down possibly a lineman and a quarterback. We don't know which ones. There's a snap back. Quarterback keeps it. Wiggles for a little bit of yardage. Did a nice little bit of a scramble to pick up anything at all, and they're going to give him 3 more, making it 3rd and 6.
Right. Helke, the first one there again.
Gain of 2 yards on the play makes it 3rd.
Helke and Mosier to finish that off.
6 for the Blue Devils.
Big one. It's hard to say 3rd and 6 is a big play, but this early in the game, but it really is. You stop them here and force them to punt into that wind. Oh, people.
Good ball. Encroachment. Defense.
Going to have an encroachment against Geneseo, and that's going to give them a 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 6.
See, that's some of that. You got the enthusiasm, you got the momentum going, you're all excited, and that's a nice job by Quincy going on a hard count.
There's a jump.
They moved.
All right, and there's a jump. Yep, we're going to have that go right back where it started. And we're going to be back to 3rd and 6. And boys will be boys. So,
5 yards. It's now 3rd and 6 for the Blue Devils. Ball's been placed on their own 24-yard.
The 3rd possession of Quincy, and they've run 6 plays so far in 3 possessions. Going for play number 7. Snap is back, fired over the middle, and it is caught for a 1st down.
That's Clay Hansen coming across the middle, 5'9", 192-pound junior, making a sliding catch. Wasn't a pretty pass, but it was effective.
And 1st down Quincy at the 35-yard line. Back to the shotgun. There's just it. Almost handed off up the middle. Fights for a couple yards. That's Dre Humphrey again with the carry.
Right.
Brought down by the whole
33, Dominic DeBouf.
Whole bunch of
one of the first ones there, along with Helke again.
Makes it 2nd down, Quincy.
That Vermoston on the tackle. Huh.
Take that.
Another false start. So after the gain of 2, 5-yard penalty takes it back to 2nd and 13.
Quincy kind of their own worst enemy here on this drive. Actually, in the whole first quarter.
2nd and 13. Out of the shotgun. Quincy, 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Ready to go. There's a straight drop back and keeper. I don't know if that's a design draw, but it's been hit and met. Not much gain there. Maybe picked up a yard.
That was nice. He got quarterback decides after a straight drop to take off, and you have Drayton DeBoof and Connor Shipman right there to not allow him much yardage, leaving it 3rd and 12 with 6:58 to go in this first quarter.
Didn't seem to set his feet to even look downfield,
No.
so it looked like maybe it was a predetermined draw.
Could be.
3rd and 12 for Quincy. After securing 1 first down, looking for the 2nd. Screen pass over the middle. It's intercepted.
Pick P.J. Mosier.
Come
on.
And he's going to be tackled. He was lumbering down the road, and the quarterback was the saving.
That little soft pass, the little dump pass, and P.J. just one-handed it out of the air. And, he's a running back as well, too, so it's not like it's uncommon for him to have the football in his hand. But once again, another turnover. The Leafs get the ball with 6:35 to go in the first quarter, up 14-0, and they'll start at the Quincy 7 to 8 yard line.
That you might call that a short field.
A short field.
7 yards to go.
You don't have to give the ball back.
The tackle again by the quarterback Rupert. Second play, it's more out the end.
It's Mason Jones.
Mason Jones out to the end.
That's where he has to make that cut up the field. He ran it out into the tackle. He needed to make that cut a little sooner.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Makes it 2nd and 7. 2nd goal from the 7. There's the keeper on the right side. Beneke picks up a couple. And we're going to find 3rd down. Leafs having a little tough time moving the football here. 3rd and goal on the 5. So two plays net them 2 yards.
I was going to say we ran 2 offensive plays and Bruce Moore didn't touch the ball.
Maybe
that's Jaden Winesworth there.
Winesworth gets hit, keeps his legs driving. The pile's moving. They're going to move him down to almost the 1 yard line, maybe 2.
And that's the difference between that play and the one Mason Jones ran. Winesworth turned that up a whole lot sooner and was able to get 3 or 4 before he's tackled by a
He was like a pinball machine in there.
Right.
Bouncing off of bodies.
Leafs going for it here on 4th down, electing to go for it as opposed to kicking the field goal.
And there's a handoff on the right side.
Bruce Moore
dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Was Mason Jones one more time.
Bruce Moore threw an outstanding block right there. He pancaked this guy that allowed Mason Jones to get the corner.
That's not fair.
No.
That's not fair at all.
So I know I think we said his name 43, 44 times carrying the ball last Monday, but he can do more than just block.
Well, I've already said it twice more than I should have today, so he's getting plenty of publicity. There's a long extra point. Good. 4:57 left. We have played just over 7 minutes, and it's 21-0 Leafs here at Bob Reed Field.
Amazing. Who would have thought this start?
Well, turnovers. Turnovers can do that to you.
If it was a case that we selected to go defense first, as opposed to either receiving the ball or deferring, I mean, that's just a great call. That's just a great move on Coach Johnson's part.
Geneseo scoring drive covering just 6 yards. taking 4 plays.
Of course,
you take the wind, and you assume you're going to get defense.
right.
Then
Touchdown by number 27.
The other way, if we deferred, well, then Quincy's going to want the ball, usually. So you play a little cat and mouse game. So then we take defense and get to choose to defend that goal.
right.
So I'm just not sure which way it was called. Either way, it worked.
We're going to guess. There's another long one up over the receiver's head, out of the end zone. Pretty consistent on those shots.
Right. Once again, they did a great job of continuing the momentum, continuing the energy, and you need to keep doing that because Quincy's going to get the ball with the wind at some point as well.
He's not very far off a field goal on some of those.
No, correct.
They're landing just short of the goal post. And here we go for the 4th possession. Handoff on the right side. Oh, smash.
Brendan Smith played that perfectly and then got the help off the edge from Dominic DeBoof.
Well, yeah, it's just they both spread him out there just as good as you can be played. A 1-yard loss. Dre Humphrey on the carry for Quincy, and he felt the hit too.
Right. If he'd have turned it up, DeBoof would have been there for that as well. But nice job, Brendan and Dominic.
Dominic didn't enjoy sitting that game out last week at all.
Oh. Brendan make it look like he was coming on a blitz, and yep, we got the Quincy lineman to jump. It's going to make it second and 16 with 4:15 to go here in the first quarter, and the Leafs up 21-0.
Quincy started this drive on the 20, as they've started almost all of them, and have lost 6 yards. Back to the 14-yard line. And out of the shotgun. Here comes the snap. Maybe. Let's check that off. Quarterback keeps it up the middle. He picks up some yardage.
Right.
Almost to the original line of scrimmage.
No question, that's straight quarterback that time.
Yeah,
and they just need something positive.
Picked up 6. They get 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10 for Quincy on their own 20-yard line.
Expecting the need for pass coverage here.
Right.
Leafs bolster up their defensive pass coverage. And there's a snap. Roll out left. Quarterback tucks it in. He tries to pick up some yardage, and he's going to get just past the line of scrimmage.
I'm loving watching this on the replay with P.J. Mosier, trying to fight off 3 guys. 3 different guys got a piece of P.J., and then he ended up being able to grab the quarterback and slow him down and make it 4th and 8. It's a great job by P.J.
He took care of all the blockers and freed up his teammates to make the tackle. 4th and a long 8. Punt position. Just got it off. Oh, and it's coming backwards.
Don't touch it. Poison.
So they started the drive at the 20-yard line, ended up having to punt, and they got it all the way out to the 26-yard line. So from where they started, a net gain of 6 yards. Geneseo takes the ball again with a short field. 21-0 the score with 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first period. And the Leafs in position to take that handoff. There you go. There's Bruce Moore.
Right.
Carried the ball down inside the 30, inside the 25. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 25.
They definitely had that one sniffed out. They had 2-3 guys right there before he could get much.
I wonder if they scouted.
I would think so.
Boy, scouting's a lot easier these days.
Oh, that's a fact.
Outside is Jones on the left side. He picks up a lot of yards, very close to the first down.
Boy, he did a nice job of getting to the edge, outrunning two Quincy guys. But what I really like is his finish here. Keeping those feet going and getting that extra 2 yards.
Picked up 3 after he's hit.
But we got a penalty.
Quincy on the tackle.
That flag's at the line of scrimmage. Holding.
10 yards and a smaller foul. Replay, second down.
And to see where they spot this thing, they're going to put it back at the 36-yard line. The whole game has been played in Quincy territory.
Right.
It has not crossed midfield yet.
Yeah, no need to hold on that play.
And there's a drop back by Beneke. He sprints out right, tucks it in, tries to pick up what he can get, gets up to the 30-yard line, knocked back. They're going to spot him near the 30, it looks like.
On the quarterback keeper around the right side.
All right, if that was a design pass, I mean, Nathan's got to give it just another half second for your receiver to break free down the field.
Brings up third down, Maple Leaf.
3rd and 14. Leafs have made some big plays.
Going quickly.
Beneke pulls it back, throws it over the middle, wide open.
Jaden Winesboro.
Winesboro with the catch.
There you go.
Looked it right into the hands, down inside the 5-yard line.
He had plenty of time to throw that time. That is the key. He had time to throw, and he was allowed to be patient and let that receiver break.
Quincy bit on the play action.
Yes.
Just hook, line, and sinker. And he actually had 2 guys open downfield, I believe, and laid it in Jaden Winesboro's hands. 1st and goal. Hands it off to guess who? Bruce Moore. 49 seconds left to go here in the first period. Geneseo 4 touchdowns.
But I think this is the start you wanted.
I think, again, the conditions are
Right.
are not what you want to play in, but they're in our favor for sure. Nope.
Bobbled snap.
Bobble snap. Cotty trying to run for his life, and he just keeps going backwards. So it's going to be a non-conversion.
No good.
Score's going to remain 27-0 with 49 seconds left to go in the first period.
All right. Now, we talked about just a second ago that Quincy's going to get their chance with the wind, and the Leafs are going to have to play some stout defense when that happens. And then Geneseo is going to have to go against the wind, so you never know. You got to keep playing. That's why you rack up as many points as you can when you're playing with the wind, or with a wind like this anyway.
That flag's blowing pretty hard right now. The wind, the rain, you can see it going. Boy, it's more horizontal than it is 45 degrees. It's blowing.
Clark Holke to kick off for Geneseo.
I don't know if we should really call them out or not, but some of those cheerleaders are cheating on their push-ups now.
I didn't say that. That's Bob Pettit.
And they only want 27. They only want 27 push-ups here. Come on, ladies.
That's my partner Bob Pettit speaking there. Ball on the ground. Don't overrun that.
Picked up and caught.
Ball. Ball's down.
Inside the 10-yard line. Quincy just can't buy a break.
I mean, he bobbled that thing around, picked it up at about the 6, and then ended up at about the 9.
The breaking news is that Holke didn't kick it out of the end zone.
Right, exactly. I wonder if maybe, honestly, they'd try a pop-up kick and let that wind play with it.
See what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And as it turns out, better than the 20-yard line.
You're right.
Inside the 10. 1st and 10, Quincy. Once again, the whole game played in Quincy territory. 40 seconds left to go in the quarter here. Handoff up the middle. Picks up a couple. Here's Humphrey on the carry.
Maybe use your timeouts. Think we'll use timeouts here to.
Humphrey, the ball carrier, to Booth on the tackle.
Is that what we're doing?
For the wind?
Yep. Timeout.
Yeah.
And hopefully get them to fourth down.
If you can get that thing before you need it.
Right. Because
before the wind changes.
In the second quarter, you're going to be against the wind, and we've seen what's happened this quarter. Might as well use them now. See if you can get them to punt into that wind.
It's the first time out called by either team. So Geneseo has 2 remaining. Quincy L3. With the turn of events against Quincy, you would think they would have tried to call a timeout at some point in time, but time really hasn't afforded it, I guess.
For those who purchased a cardboard cutout display along the fences this season, one name will be drawn at each home game for a $25 gift chamber gift certificate to be used at many of the Geneseo businesses. We'll be announcing that winner between the third and fourth quarter of today's game.
2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun. Snap. Run. Hand off around right in. He's got some running room. He's got a lot of running room.
Okay.
Brings it out to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 14.
That kind of defeats the strategy of calling timeouts right there.
So they probably will not now because the clock is ticking down inside 10 seconds. And Quincy is going to let that clock run, so they have the wind when we resume.
Well, that's definitely Leafs quarter.
At the end of the first quarter of play, Geneseo 27, Quincy 0. We'll be back after this message. This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Communications, Turpins of Geneseo, Buzzworks Automotive, Geneseo Fitness, Eric Henderson and Jolene Effner of Country Financial, Central Bank, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Vorak Pharmacy, Brian Garnett of Garnett Asset Management, and Farmers National Bank. Please thank our sponsors for supporting this TV50 broadcast. So welcome back to second quarter action here at Bob Reed Field. Geneseo 27, Quincy 0. Quincy with a quarterback keeper up the middle. He's keeping his feet. Dives forward for pickup of about 4.
That's a nice little run there.
Rupert on the quarterback keeper up the middle.
Keith always wants us to introduce ourselves. Bob Pettit here with Pat Mitchell and Keith Kennett and Willis Andel back with us to keeping some stats. We'll hope to have some for you later on today. But the stats right now are all in favor of Geneseo as we move into the second quarter action. I also noticed during the quarter time there, well, I'll talk about that after this play here. Quincy was 2nd and 6. Handoff. Quarterback tries to keep that one again.
Dominic DeBoof bringing him down. Quarterback's definitely reading that play.
It is. It's a read and a pull out. Quinn Rupert, the quarterback, with the keeper, going to be 3rd and 3. As I was mentioning, I noticed during the break that the field mic is picking up quite a wind sound. I just don't want anybody to think it was you breathing into your microphone. I think God has a bigger wind source than you do, even, Coach.
That's after halftime, and I got to walk the stairs. But since we're talking about that read play, sometimes that creates some difficult exchanges between quarterback and running back.
Going to be a first down run, pick up a 4 by Quincy.
Here's one. If Quincy wants to take their time and run some clock, and what they're trying to do is gain some offensive confidence after the first quarter, that's okay.
DeBoof in again on that shackle. Hand off left keeper again. There's your read, Coach. Quarterback read that one, read it correctly. Picks up about 8 on the play.
Right, they have that left guard pulling out a little bit, and then the quarterback gets to choose whether they come up underneath the left guard or hand it off and let the running back take off around the end.
7 yards on the play makes it
He's not afraid to run.
They took a yard off the spot and moved it back to 2nd and 7. What, they were a yard off on their spot. Two officials went in Geneseo's favor after the discrepancy. Snap, drop back, throwing downfield. Ball is almost intercepted. Well played by Will Taylor.
Also, that was Quinn Rupert throwing to Jack Rupert. And the latter of the two did a nice job becoming a defensive back to make sure that Will Taylor did not catch that thing. So that ball kind of looked like it slipped out of his hand and was a floater.
Underthrown just enough that Taylor really did have the advantage on that play, and he had it well covered.
Mm-hmm.
No
he
question.
was right there. And that was, go ahead.
3rd and 3.
Yeah, that was 2nd and short, so it doesn't surprise me he's trying to throw. Now they'll probably go back to run. Nope, I lied.
Oh, looking outside, keep it. Quarterback keeps it. He dives forward. He's not going to get the first down. Going to create a 4th down play right near midfield.
They might as well go for it, be my guess. That was Levi Newman, first one in there. Just got to keep going, big boy. Attacking after he got by him. Just got to keep tracking that quarterback down because the quarterback stuttered a little bit and had a chance to finish him off a little sooner. But that's a young sophomore that will get better at that. And looks like Quincy is going to punt. Play fake.
Well, yeah, you definitely want to stay home and watch this one. We do have one deep back. And the kick is good with the wind at his back, and that baby is flying out of the end into the end zone.
Good. Well, the Leafs got the stop they needed or wanted with a 27-point lead. Now the Leafs are going to have to go into this wind. We don't throw it a lot, and
not on this day.
Not on this day. But so we'll see if we can sustain the drive. Quincy might suck up a little bit and run a little tougher. Leafs will start 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 8:33 to go in the second period, up 27-0.
And here we go, Leafs.
Missing a player.
Have the Leafs scored on every possession?
I believe so.
Yep, Willis said yes. Willis never lies. So Leafs have scored on every possession to this point. Halfway. Handoff up the middle. Just not even. We're about a third of the way through the second period.
That 17, Jaden Winesboro getting another carry. Another one of those sophomores. In 8th grade, he was a quarterback. And then last year, as a freshman, his freshman season, he was moved to running back. And showed that he did a really nice job with that. And now this year, he's one of the wideouts and gets a couple touches here and there through passing and now through the little jet sweep.
Talked to his dad between games here. His dad was relieved to know he is not by the field mic today.
That might be fun today.
Yeah. Mr. Winesboro had a couple of comments for the officials just in case they needed to know. Wanted to learn a couple of things.
He's doing a little evaluating.
Just helpful hints is all he's providing. Got this Quincy player down, and you just I don't care who it is. You just don't want to ever see it. I don't know. It just almost turns your stomach every time he's getting up, but he's not.
He's hobbling.
He's hobbling. He is not putting any weight on one leg. So
that's Jesus Johnson, a 5'9", 192-pound junior. Yeah, that's.
They do not need that.
Nope. Because that's not sure if his parents are here. I hope he does well. The best to him. But that's a long bus ride home.
It is. Hope they got an extra seat so he can put his leg up. Because he. Young man's not feeling well. All right, Leafs, second and a long 5. Oh, we had some motion here. And they're going to call that against the Leafs with a false start. And we're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and make it 2nd and 10.
Now, for football coaches, those are the penalties that just those pre-snap penalties just drive you batty.
Geneseo principal Mr. Mackey steps into the box. It's not because it's raining that he came in, though. I'm pretty sure of that.
Quincy timeout?
Quincy's going to call a timeout here.
Before. Geneseo's timeout.
All right. And that will be their second. Have one left for the final 8 minutes yet to play. 27-0. Second and long. Unfamiliar position for the Leafs. They actually have to go the length of the field, or not the whole length, but they actually have a long field to work with rather than that short field that they become accustomed to.
Well, what they did do, though, is they took advantage of it.
They did.
We saw the JV early on not take advantage of it, and we saw a little bit at Alleman not taking advantage of it. But they were given a couple gifts, and they went ahead and opened the gifts, which was great.
Coming out of the timeout, Geneseo has a 2nd and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
You don't have to get all of it here. I'd like to get some of it, make third down a little more palpable.
They don't want to punt into that wind.
No,
absolutely not. The reason for that timeout probably is just make sure we get something here on 2nd down. Let's get ourselves back in the game. And from
27 open.
Yeah. Going to have an incomplete pass, or we're going to call him down. What's that official marking?
Yeah.
Quarterback Pinky chased out of the pocket, tackled for a loss.
Yep, they're going to say he was tackled for a loss. Back. Oh, they're going to call him for grounding.
Right.
So that is loss of down, and back where they tackle him and tack on 5 after that. So it's 3rd and really long.
It's now 3rd down, 20 yards to go for the Maple Leafs. Back on their own 10-yard line.
No receiver in the area. Beneke let it fly.
Hand it off to Bruce Moore and get what you can, and punt it away.
3rd and about 20.
Nope. Play action.
Beneke drops back, rolls right, throws it downfield.
Incomplete pass.
And that was
4th down, Geneseo.
hard to tell who that was aimed at. So they're going to be way back on the 10-yard line, punting from near the end zone against the wind.
Right.
And we've seen a few of those tonight. Not look good.
The punter will be standing just inside the end zone line. And this is where you want that low line drive punt. Hopefully get a roll out of it, a bounce out of it. If you get it up in the air, it's coming back at you.
Blocked. And Quincy's gonna get the football on the 13-yard line of Geneseo. So the game that has been played.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not totally sure who blocked it.
Nonetheless, it is Quincy football with a short field.
All right, so now it's the Leafs' turn. I mean, we're leaving Quincy in some good field position here. Got to do one of two things: create a turnover, make them take a long time to score, or just hold them out.
Hate to tell you, Coach, you put some bad karma on this thing when you're talking about, with the wind switching quarters. But it really had an effect there. There's a ball off the right side. You got some running room. It's knocked out of bounds. Is Humphrey at the, spot him at about the two.
Right, we had a couple guys literally looking inside for the ball, and the running back could have went out and touched him in the back. But yeah, that's like I said, you don't want you want to force them to take as much time as possible to score.
7.5 minutes left to go in the half. First down on a 2-yard line. There's a handoff on the left side. He walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Quincy.
Touchdown, Quincy, number 23, Jack Rupert.
That's number 23 on the carry, Jack Rupert.
Well,
Rupert hands off to Rupert.
you know that's bound to happen in this type of game with the weather the way it is.
You mean having 2 Ruperts?
Having 2 Ruperts, yeah. So now the question is, how do you react to it? Because they're going to kick off again, and you're not going to have great field position again.
And the extra point is good. Plenty of leg through the uprights. 27-7. Yeah, this game isn't over. You can't consider this thing over. We got 7 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here in the second period, and a 20-point lead.
Covered 13 yards, taking only 10 seconds off the clock.
Bigger deficits have been covered.
No question. No question. The game, everything went our way to start with, and now it's turned a little bit. How are we going to react to the adversity? How are you going to respond?
Momentum is that thing that we've all tried to define, but right now Quincy probably feels like they kind of snagged it.
Sure,
And
sure.
they don't want to let go.
Right, we got Mason Jones and Will Taylor deep. Just in front of them are Tannen Rink and Jaden Winesworth.
Kicking off for
Looks like Mitchell over most.
With their the wind at their back,
Number 9, William Taylor, and number 27, Mason Jones.
might expect him to try to put a leg into it, but
Right.
you gotta watch that little blooper with a holder. And here comes the kick, and it's a line drive that's going to go in and out of the end zone. No return on that one, so the Leafs will start at their 20-yard line. So that little trend of playing the entire game in Geneseo territory,
Right.
or in Quincy territory, I apologize.
Sure.
Just changed right there because that whole series was played in Geneseo territory, and Geneseo couldn't get it out of their territory. Gave it to Quincy with a really short field.
Wouldn't surprise me if Quincy gets a little taste of Bruce Moore here for a few plays.
There's one. He gets outside. He's got some running room. He's got a first down and more. He's still going across the 40, near the 50. They're going to spot him down at the 47-yard line. That's a 27-yard carry.
Yeah.
Good call, Coach.
Yeah, well. Oh, here they go again. They're not wasting any time.
Do you feel like Kreskin?
No.
That might be a lost reference there, but more on the right side. Cross midfield, picks up about 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot. Now they're going to give him 3 right at the 50-yard line.
I mean, it's just something we haven't seen yet today. We've seen him carry a couple times, but now you need to get that ball moved and get it out of your territory to at least give you a chance. And we know that he's our best running back option.
It's kind of, I mean, there's no question that Quincy knows it as well.
Yes.
And they surely didn't stop it on first down. Here he comes on the left side. He shakes the tackle. Oh, it gets hit at the line of scrimmage.
He is absolutely lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And lucky to get up off the ground. He was hit hard, very hard. He was handling the background. That slowed the play down, threw the timing off.
Right.
But once he hit the line of scrimmage, he got hit hard. Nice tackle defensive by Quincy. 3rd and 8. Let's call it 7. change that.
It's a tough down.
At midfield. Yeah, because it's hard to punt against that wind. You really want to pick this baby up. Yeah, we're going to have what's that? What was that call? He pointed at somebody.
I don't know. 28, P.J. Moser has to come off.
Oh, mask,
possibly. Mask violation.
Mitchell Vermost checks in at this end. He just pointed and waved him off, and yeah, guess that's what they do. Haven't seen it yet. Here's Weinzer up the middle. He goes nowhere.
But once again, you haven't proven that you can throw into the wind.
They're going to spot him again right at the line of scrimmage, and go back to 4th and 7.
I would think you got to punt this.
Well, we haven't proved we can punt it into the wind as well, so it's a tough decision.
Right.
So Mosier still on the sideline.
Maybe you go a double go, a hard count, try to draw them off and use that last time out, possibly? No.
Double go doesn't give you a first down.
No.
Beneke rolls out right. He's going to get hit short of the first down, and it's going to give Quincy the ball just over the 50-yard line by a couple yards. They're going to get him down to the 47-yard line. But it's going to be Blue Devil football on the 47.
All right, we had 3 guys running deep routes. I can't say. I don't know if we had anybody coming up underneath any of those deep routes. But now the Leafs have to stiffen up. Can't allow a big play here. You got to force Quincy to work for this.
With the wind at their back, downfield, thrown is picked off. Up the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Looks like Davidson.
Yep. But yeah, that was a floater that Davidson had. Davidson had him played perfectly.
Davidson has credit for a fumble recovery touchdown.
Yes.
And now an interception.
So he's got a fumble return touchdown and a pick. So hopefully he's becoming a turnover machine. They're going to call him out of bounds.
We have the officials timeout on the field.
Yep, Quincy man down on the sideline. Well, that's outstanding. I mean, that's exactly what you needed.
Yeah, because that momentum that we just talked about, Quincy felt they had it.
Right.
They score a touchdown, they get a ball in great position, score a touchdown, and then get a stop. And boom. Momentum is fleeting.
Right. Now, you run some more clock. If you can get into halftime with at least a 20-point lead, minimum, or if you score here even more, that bodes well.
4 minutes and 50 seconds. If you could, you can drive the ball for 4 minutes and 50 seconds to the end zone and not have to give them the ball with the wind at their back again. Excellent. What a turning point for them. Had several turning points last week in the Almond game.
Yes.
One I remember was Almond on 4th down had a wide open receiver over the middle. The ball hit him in the hands and was dropped, and it just turned the whole game around.
Right.
Sometimes you just need a break.
And with this, we know Geneseo kicked off to start the game. Not totally sure what's going to happen to start the second half.
First and 10 on the Quincy 44-yard line.
Only counting 10 Leafs. Tackle to tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm only got 10 on the field. There he comes. There's Brendan.
Wade just checks in on the wide out on this side. He was just hiding from you, Coach. And Beneke with the snap. Keeps it himself on the right side. He's got a little running room. He does a little dance.
Oh, that's
He's got a first down or more. He gets out of bounds after he crosses the first down yardage marker. Right up near the 30-yard line.
That's well done with his balance. Everybody bid on Bruce Moore, and and Nathan was able just to do a little spin move.
It was a little ballet, wasn't it?
Yes, it was exactly.
It's like
what it
that winter, the ballet lessons he had last winter paid off. 31-yard line, 1st and 10. And that was a design play. And this one's a little off the left side to Bruce Moore, right up the middle, just over the left guard. And he picks up about 5.
Exactly the type of drive you want to sustain and when you're going into the wind.
4:24. The only thing it's not doing is it may not run the full 4 minutes and 50 seconds. But if they score, we're just going to have to live with that.
You betcha. That's okay.
Sometimes you just got to live with being a little short of your goal. 2nd and 5. Up the middle is
nice
Lord.
move.
Oh, and he's going to go
That's
all the way.
Nice move.
Touchdown, Geneseo.
Number 34.
Finds the original crease and then just makes a move on the safety. That's just pretty. And he split the 2 defenders.
Well, it was nice blocking, nice line
everything.
surge. Just everything was so good there. And Quincy caught it completely on their heels. But once again, the turnover, the interception, give the momentum to the Leafs, and Quincy just felt the air go out of their blood.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go for 2 here to try to get that extra point back that was missed earlier.
Handoff to Jones.
Yep.
He walks in, picks up the 2.
Point conversion is good by number 27, Mason Jones.
Mason Jones for 2.
55 seconds left in our second quarter.
And Leafs get back on even 7s. 35-7.
Now, here's the type of kickoff where you pooch that thing, you pop it up, and that wind's going to play funny with it. So you better have guys ready to go down, get down the field and get that thing covered.
We did see one in the sophomore game that Quincy had everything they could do just to cover it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's nice. The Leafs responded very well. We didn't get the points the first time we had the ball after the Quincy score, but after Quincy's turnover, we take advantage and put another 8 points up on the board.
Coach Rome down here on the sidelines isn't about to put his sweatpants on.
He's warm. His team's up 35-7.
He's doing good.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, it's popped up.
And it hits the ground.
It did not hit the ground.
Nice job by 18.
It was. He was running backwards, caught the ball, kept it from hitting the ground because that had great spin on it. It could have created some problems.
You betcha. Peyton Weech, very nice play. Catching that. From up here, it looked like that was into an open area.
Picked up a few yards after the catch and moves out to the 40-yard line. So Quincy with 3 minutes and 50 seconds and the wind at their back.
Well,
and 60 yards to go.
Well, you definitely want to get a stop here. You don't want Quincy to go in with any type of momentum. Quarterback run.
And picks up about 5. Now they're going to give him 6.
Kind of see that coming. All 3 running backs. All 3 running backs are sitting there on the left side of the line behind the behind the offensive lineman. Just waiting for the quarterback to follow.
Newman checks out. And DeBoof checks in.
Right. He also got Brandon Cathcart in there.
Second and 4 after the 6-yard gain on first down. There's the quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got running room. He's got a first down and about an additional 4 more than that.
Right, brought down by Andrew Cotty.
Pickup of 8. Across midfield down to the 46-yard line of Geneseo. And first and 10. 3 minutes left. Clock rolling here. Just under 3 minutes now. And the Blue Devils are trying to get some more points on the board. They have 7. Leafs have 35. Leafs would like to keep it right there at halftime. There's a snap.
Ball.
It's we got a lot of Geneseo green jerseys pointing the other direction. So does the official.
Got it.
Oh my gosh!
It's a huge break.
Yep. And when you
couldn't quite tell who came up with it.
When it's your day, it's your day.
Right there, I see just need to see the number 28, PJ Mosier. With that fumble recovery.
I saw, Connor Shipman and PJ Mosier are congratulating each other, so whoever did it, nice job.
Going to be tough to score with 2.5 unless you break a long run, which we've seen Bruce do.
Speaking of getting me off the field.
Get Mason, get out here. No.
It's cut up the middle. Jones picks up just probably, they're going to give him a yard.
Number 20, Gregory Quincy making the initial hit for the Blue Devils.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9
Second down,
at the 48-yard line. Their own 48. Jones. Mosier comes off. Moore comes back on.
Here's a situation where you don't necessarily have to score, but you'd want to run as much clock as possible. What you definitely don't want to do is have a turnover here.
Keeper up the middle. Beneke gets across 50 down to the 45-yard line of Quincy.
Yeah, got a lot of that back.
He did.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
That's manageable. Get a first down here. You can run the clock out the rest of the way. Or if you've got some outstanding play.
They're not in a hurry to get this off.
No. They're just trying to run clock.
With the wind, with that kind of wind at your face, you just want to hold serve.
And a 28-point lead.
Here's a handoff to Moore around the right side. He's got first down and a little bit more. Going to mark him at the 41-yard line. I think they probably want to score here. I don't, they're letting that clock run, but I think they wouldn't mind another touchdown.
Oh no, definitely. If you can get a score here, but I don't think you're going to go to the air to do it.
No, I didn't. Nope, you're right.
Could be wrong. Ain't nobody in the backfield. Nobody in the backfield with it.
They would be. They would have a chance.
Try to throw. Oh no.
Cut upfield.
That's a nice run.
Mason Jones.
Yep. That time he turned it up. Turned it up at the first crease and got what he could. Leaves 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. And again, Leafs not in too big of a hurry, but they're lining up quickly. Yep, they're going to try to pick up some more yardage here. Hand off to Weinsborough. He tried to cut up the middle. He shakes a couple tackles, but he's not going to shake that one. He's going to go down probably short of the first down.
That's a half.
And the Leafs are willing to settle for that right there. They did not want to take a chance to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And they're going to settle for that one.
Quite the first quarter, quite the first half. We took advantage of every mistake Quincy made. Just makes you feeling good going into halftime. But
made a few of our made a few mistakes for Quincy.
Sure.
Or forced mistakes.
Forced mistake, you betcha.
With some nice defensive play. And we're going to call that a half. At the end of one half, it's Geneseo 35, Quincy 7. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back after halftime. And this word from our sponsors. This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Communications, Turpins of Geneseo, Buzzworks Automotive, Geneseo Fitness, Eric Henderson and Jolene Effner of Country Financial, Central Bank, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Vorak Pharmacy, Brian Garnett of Garnett Asset Management, and Farmers National Bank. Please thank these sponsors for supporting this TV50 broadcast.
Dance was choreographed. Okay, folks, how about a big round of applause for your Geneseo High School Maplettes? The PTA Life Member Award is awarded each year by the District 228 PTAs. Each school nominates outstanding PTA members who went above and beyond to serve their students and their school. Usually there is an associated banquet each spring to honor these individuals. But this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there was no banquet, so we had to get a bit creative. Geneseo PTA has been giving this award since 1954 to over 400 individuals. Today, here at Bob Reed Field, we recognize 9 more outstanding PTA members. Here are your 2021 PTA Life Member honorees. From the Milliken School, Lene Rayburn. From Northside School, Lori Johnson and Sharon Newman. From Southwest School, Stephanie Schroeder and Nicole Wanamaker. And from the middle school and the high school, Leslie Bannister, Karna Ferrix, Linda Vanderleest, and Wendy Van Winkle, also known as Miss Wendy. How about a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2021 PTA Life Member honorees.
Welcome back to action here at Bob Reed Field. It's Geneseo versus Quincy. My name is Bob Pettit, along with Pat Mitchell, Keith Kennett, and Willis Andel on the stats. We're going to have some stats here for you in a bit. Coach Mitchell might want to share some of these when we get a chance. We have an interesting scenario with the coin flip and the kickoff. But right now, it's Quincy kicking off deep into and out of the end zone, as has happened quite a bit with the wind at their back.
Right. It's not rare to see Quincy, Geneseo kick off the first half and Quincy kick off the second. But the interesting thing is that in the first half, and we were wondering this, Geneseo elected to kick off, which means they chose defense, and then Quincy got offense. And now, just because of the wind, now Quincy's done the same thing in the second half. They chose to kick off here to start the second half.
Do you actually choose to kick off or choose the field position?
You choose defense, so which means you're going to be kicking. And that basic, and that, of course, you're playing with the wind. There's Bruce Moore. 9 carries, 90 yards in the first half, 3 touchdowns. Starts off with a 9-yard carry here in the second half. Geneseo ball, 2nd and 1 at their own 29. Mason Jones also had 4 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown that first half.
2nd and 1. The Leafs at the 29-yard line, as Coach just said. And here's a handoff. 2 more. He is across the first yardage marker, and they're going to give him a pickup of 2 when he needed 1.
All right,
that means he gets a first down.
That gives him another first down, of which Geneseo had 9 in the first half. Beneke, 5 carries, 31 yards. Winesboro, 4 carries, 8 yards. Beneke was 1 of 3 throwing for 27 yards. And receiver of that 1 completion was Jaden Winesboro with 27 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32. The Leafs. Handoff on the left side. Not much. Tried to cut it inside more. Bruce Moore, the ball carrier, tried to cut it up, and there just wasn't much there.
So what you
picked
saw,
up a yard.
You saw the Leafs in the first half, a total of 168 yards, 4 penalties for 29 yards. It looks like Quincy had the time of possession.
The Leafs scored too fast.
Yes.
We're trying to run the clock out at the end of the half, and just didn't. Took too long. Scored too fast.
Right.
Here we go. We got clock ticking away, and they're once again the Leafs no hurry with the big lead, and driving for should have got nothing. Picks up about 3 or 4.
Sometimes people like those long runs, and they're all fun to watch, but the runs like that are fun for me.
It looked like he was going to be stopped. The line of scrimmage or a 1-yard gain, and picked up about 4. Beneke keeps it around the right side. He's got a first down and more up across the 45-yard line. Going to be spotted at the 47.
Tell you what, you had a
first down.
Yeah, a lot of nice blocks, a lot of hat on hat, so Beneke didn't get touched until he's 4 or 5 yards downfield, and his momentum carried him across for a first down.
And as scouting does, you're going to have Quincy keying on Bruce Moore.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that, or you're not watching the game.
Right. You got Bruce Moore to your left. You've got Mason Jones coming from right to left, and then you go to the right.
Winesboro takes the ball around the right corner. He picks up a couple on first down. Going to give him 2, making it 2nd and 8.
Right. And this is exactly what you want to do to start this second half is you grind out some clock going into that 20-mile-an-hour wind, 25-mile-an-hour wind, and just keep Quincy's offense off the field while they've got the wind.
They are using the clock. They're just trying to wind it down. Fourth quarter will be in their wind at their back. There goes Bruce Moore up the middle. Boom, 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 push, pile. It looks like a first down. It looked like a gain of 2 turned into a gain of 9.
I feel like I was watching an episode of Batman or something. Boom, boom, push.
Pow.
Another first down for the Leafs. So this is a good sign.
Boy, that's just a hard running.
Yes, you bet. That's a tough nut right there.
Whatever they list him at.
Yes.
160 pounds. It might be just a hair more, but not a lot. There he goes again. Oh, and he is grabbed on that one. It's going to spot him right back at the line of scrimmage and no gain.
Yeah.
Had a defensive tackle shoot the gap.
Right.
Grab a leg.
Brian Douglas, sophomore linebacker for Quincy, tackled Bruce the way you have to do, and that's from the knees and below. He's not. Bruce isn't terribly big. He's not your 210-pound bruiser, and so you're thinking, I can attack this guy up high, and that's just not the case with him. he's gonna bounce off you.
There's your old single leg takedown.
Yes, exactly.
Mason Jones comes off the field. There's a handoff up the middle. It's Moore. Nope, it wasn't Moore.
That's Caden Davison.
It was Davison. Davison gets up to the 40-yard line. It's going to be third and 8.
Nice to see him get a carry. That's one of the sophomores that play up on the varsity squad.
Round left.
Good.
Oh, Mason Jones gets tripped up. He's going to be short. And now you got a fourth down situation. And again, it's really treacherous to punt on this thing.
Right.
It's hard to punt. It's hard to net 20 yards on a punt in this weather.
I think he did it. I think he made the right play though by turning it upfield. I don't think he would have been able to get to the outside. Get upfield, get what you can. So you got defensive guys running back and forth down here to get warmed up.
On fourth down, there's the snap. Rolling out right goes Beneke, throws it downfield. It's caught. First down. It's Jones down inside the 10-yard line. Nice play.
I love that. Jones went and just sat in the middle of the zone. He was when teams are playing man-to-man, you run away from the defensive man. When teams are playing zone, you go and just find a hole in that zone and sit. And he sat there, allowing Winesworld to get out of the pocket, you know, as a rollout pass, and just sit there, just like it's designed to do. That's nice. Keep the clock running. We were over halfway through this third quarter, 5:35 and counting. Leafs up 35-7, have the ball first and goal at the 10.
Big fourth down play for the Leafs here in the second half. First possession, there's a bunch of whistles going on. Leafs are first and goal just inside the 10.
Yeah, anytime you can score into this wind on a day like today, that's almost like scoring twice.
That's a timeout, Geneseo. Not sure what they didn't like there. But at the 9-yard line, first and goal.
Right, you think about this in the first quarter when Geneseo had the win, we had already scored 3 touchdowns. Maybe the fourth, not quite, but we'd already scored 3 touchdowns at this point. You know, and now Quincy.
This is their chance to catch up.
Yeah, exactly, and they're not seeing the ball. Looks like the rain's picking up again. Sounds like it too. Wind's kind of shifted a little bit where it's coming out of the northeast instead of directly north, because now it's getting into the press box.
That's not supposed to happen. We're not supposed to get wet. Those people out in the stands don't have a lot of sympathy for us at all.
Not at all.
Boy, I tell you, there's a bunch of them. These umbrellas and the raincoats, good for them. They'll all miss work.
Oh. I know I'm giggling. I just enjoy watching him run the ball.
It is like Batman. Kapow, kaboom.
He got in behind his blockers and helped his blockers to their block.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
It is almost like get out of the way, baby.
Yes. Yeah, but you do. I mean, if the guard or the tackler in front of you has a stalemate, by you putting your shoulder pad into his back, now you're forcing, you're helping your offensive lineman to it, you know, with his block, and it just moves the pile. But yeah, Quincy player down on the turf.
Going to mark the ball on the 3-yard line, second down. After that'd be a 6-yard run by Bruce Moore. Yeah, it's brutal. You know, the rain is coming at such an angle. The umbrellas are about 45 degrees, and they're just blowing like crazy.
That's the Brian Douglas, the aforementioned sophomore. Did he play some? We heard that Douglas name in the first game as a quarterback, huh?
And there were two Douglases played that game. Brian was the quarterback, number 8, and he's had a rough day. And the other one was the running back, number 24, Ty Douglas, in that sophomore game. So,
for those of you joining us late, Geneseo scored 27 points in the first quarter. Another 8 in the second quarter for their 35. Quincy scored their 7 in the second quarter. The freshman sophomore team, JV, they won 35-0.
Correct.
35-0.
Yeah, you have to be on even sevens because they were
right. They because Hunter Holke was
Mason Lovick.
Mason Lovick, yeah,
was 7 for 7.
Yes. 5 for 5.
5 for 5. Take it back.
The ball carrier.
And very short yardage on that play. Brings up third down. Third and goal. Picked up a yard.
Best thing is you keep that clock moving.
It's at the 2-yard line. Beneke under center.
A little wishbone.
And ball's on the ground. And you don't see any
fourth down.
You don't see any white jerseys pointing the other direction, so it's going to be Geneseo football. And
brings up fourth and goal for the
fourth and goal to 3. Loss of a yard.
Go kick it.
Ball's on the 2-yard line.
Oh, nope. Going for it.
Yep. Field goal doesn't seem to change quite enough for him at this point in time, so 3-yard line, fourth down. Beneke keeps it himself, and he is hit and falls forward.
I think he's short. Just short.
But Quincy, now this is the definition of a long field.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Quincy's going to have the ball a foot from the yellow stripe of the goal line. And they have 99 3/4 yards to go.
On the 1-yard line.
So Geneseo ate, and we didn't score on that drive, but we ate 8 minutes and 13 seconds off that clock. That's huge. Now you can't afford to have a big play.
Turnover here could be a disaster. Oh, the running back tries to come up the middle. He comes over the pile, trips, but does pick up a yard or two.
All right, that was quarterback number 12, Drew Tipton Hicks. He's not listed as a quarterback. He's listed as a wide receiver, defensive back. Oh, now Geneseo with a man down.
That could be their third team quarterback. And boy, we've had a lot of injuries today.
A lot of people down.
It's a tough game, but today just everything hurts worse. Everything just feels a little more dangerous. Beneke standing on the sidelines with his hands in his pocket. Surely disappointed they didn't take it in the end zone, but as you said, Coach, it was a very productive drive in terms of running that clock, protecting that lead.
Yep. Just to minimize Quincy's time with the ball and the wind. So Geneseo's, I don't know if you call it a gamble, but paid off in the first half, and we've got another 3.5 minutes to see if Quincy's gamble was going to pay off. Like kicking the ball away. Traditionally you take the ball, score points with the offense, but a day like today, play field position.
And the player is up.
Couldn't tell who that is.
The official is blocking our view.
45. That's Connor Helke.
Yep, it is Helke. But he's walking on his own accord. Has somebody holding each arm just to make sure he's all good.
Second and 9 on their own 2-yard line.
Looks like we got Jake Nelms, number 47, in to take Connor Helke's spot, the middle linebacker.
Second and 9 from deep at the 2-yard line. Oh, that falls
in the ground. It's in the end zone. Leafs ball, touchdown. Can't
touchdown, Geneseo. Official calls it.
Looks like, was it Shipman?
Oh my gosh, that was kicked around.
Yeah.
All kinds of people all over it.
Shipman with the ball.
It is. Connor Shipman comes up with the ball. That's how the big boys score touchdowns.
Well, I got a story for you. You were talking about your story earlier.
You obviously can top my story of an almost. And Holke to try to convert against the wind. And he does. The wind doesn't bother him.
Well, now you can say that Quincy's gamble did not pay off. Geneseo, the offense, even though the offense didn't score, they put them into a tough spot, and the defense came through.
Burning 8 minutes and almost 40 seconds of the clock and a touchdown. Both of those are win-win.
Yes.
42-7. I at least would really like to get the ball back here and get the clock running. And I'm not sure Quincy wouldn't mind.
Oh.
I mean, this is just treacherous weather.
Yes.
And it is not fun playing this game when you're losing. I'm embarrassed to say I've actually been in a game like that. And it is not fun when you're losing.
Nope. Not at all. Got 12 guys on it. Oh, here comes a guy off.
Hansen and Ruber.
Yep, wrong guy.
Wrong guy came off. Yeah, because he was out there. Yeah, okay. So Logan Pardo on the field, Harrison Newman off. They probably made a little switch there. And those Benno, Logan.
Communication's everything.
Yep, decided to join the football program this year.
And here's a blooper against the wind. It's caught at the 25, 30, 35, 40. Knocked down about the 40-yard line, which is about where they went the last time they were on the poocher. That is Lewis, Makai Lewis on the return.
Clay DeBailey with the tackle.
3:16 left to go here in the third period. Quincy has the wind at their back for another 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And then Leafs will have every advantage, including a 35-point lead, if they can hold. Once again, that you can hear that wind on the crowd mic out there blowing up a storm. Here's a run out wide, and he cuts upfield, picks up about 4.
Jake Nelms with the tackle, tracks him down.
Jack Rupert on the carry.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to give him 5 yards on that play.
5 yards on the play, second down.
Second and 5.
Oh, knocked down.
Oh, they're blowing the whistle. That was really close to a lateral.
Right. Levi Newman knocked that, what was going to be a screen pass down. Oh, well, I don't even know.
It just flipped out of his hands, and it was very close to
a turnover, a fumble.
Yeah, it was almost a lateral. It did. It must have been determined that it was going forward.
Right.
But it couldn't have been much.
That would have been reviewed in the NFL and college football.
3rd and 5. The Blue Devils need a big play here. And there's a handoff, and he is stopped. No, he gets free. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and it was, I would hope to think that the defense did not think the same thing I did, like he was down.
Right, Ian Leach had a chance to bring him down, but the ball carrier spun out of him, and Tanner Rink came up and made the tackle to make it 4th and 2 at the 49-yard line with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Leafs up 42-7.
Blue Devils going to go for it here. They haven't got a lot to lose. And just a yard short of midfield. Ball's handed off, and he is stopped.
Yeah, they're not going to get it.
He has not reached the 50-yard line.
And he needed to get to the other 49, right?
And they did. They need to get to the opposite 49, and he is going to be spotted right just short of the 50, maybe the nose at the 50.
Outstanding.
But it's first down, Geneseo. Minute and 42 seconds left with the wind in their face. And as you mentioned several times, Coach, that's a win.
That's a win. That's, it's you try to win each battle. You try to beat your man in every play. Every play is a battle. And then once you ruin a number of those battles, you got a good chance of winning the war, and we're winning the battles today.
Out of the shotgun, and there's we got yellow flags flying everywhere, or yellow gloves or something on the field, and it's going to be encroachment against Quincy. Man jumped across the line, then he pointed at the Geneseo player, but that's kind of what you do.
2nd and 5 for the Maple Leafs.
So 2nd and 5 for the Leafs at the 45-yard line. Given a short field on the turnover on downs. Bruce Moore off the right side. He cuts it upfield. He's got first down, and Moore across the 30-yard line down inside.
We do have a flag on the play.
Yep. There we got a flag. And it looks like they're walking back this way. Holding on Geneseo is going to move that back.
Replay 2nd down.
So 2nd and 5 going to turn into 2nd and quite a bit longer. 2nd and 13. After a nice run by Bruce Moore, is called back. Jones in motion? Nope. Just checking the play. It was a fake motion.
Fake motion.
I bet on it. There he is now. He is in motion. Oh, yep. Oh.
Yeah, they didn't get it quite figured out.
He's pointing at his wristband. Somebody's reading something wrong. That's one of the problems with the wristband. You better read the right numbers.
That's one of the first times we've seen this all season.
So we got 3rd and 11. Picked up 2 on that play, and I have no idea how. It wasn't a fumble or something really bad. Minute 6, ticking down on a minute here. Going. It's going to be about 50 seconds when they snap the ball, it looks like.
Oh, no idea.
Officials having a conversation while the clock's running.
Why, I have no idea.
Larry's not happy about it. Coach Johnson. He's making his opinion noted. And now somebody's going to come over and try to explain it to Coach Johnson. Got somebody going to explain to both sides.
This is where the man with the field mic got to make a little explanation. Let the crowd in on the secret.
But the ball is going to be played where it is. 2nd and 11. Players coming off the field. That was Kate Ariano decided to check out. And we're coming up the middle. We're going to pick up a few, but not much. Maybe 3. And going to be 4th and 8.
For the ball carrier. Outs on the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. We replayed first down, didn't we? I got caught up in that.
Right. Oh, right. On the holding.
And the clock's going to tick down here on the quarter. And the Leafs are going to have the wind at their back. That's going to change the perspective on things. That's going to wrap it up for the third quarter of play. Geneseo won that one 7-0 and lead the football game 42-7. We'll be back after this word for our sponsors. This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Communications, Turpins of Geneseo, Buzzworks Automotive, Geneseo Fitness, Eric Henderson and Jolene Effner of Country Financial, Central Bank, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Vorak Pharmacy, Brian Garnett of Garnett Asset Management, and Farmers National Bank. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast. Welcome back to fourth quarter action here. It's Geneseo with the football. Beneke throws the ball downfield. It's knocked down by Quincy. On 3rd and 8, it's going to bring up a 4th down play.
This guy need to lead Brennan Wages a little bit more. Let him run underneath that thing instead of having to come back to it.
We're going to have 4th down here, and the Leafs in punt formation. Do have the wind at their back, so this punt might look a little different than it would have in the third period. Snap is good. Kick is up with the left leg, and it bounces past. And it's going to stop.
Oh, no, don't slide in. No.
That ball was going to stop on the 1 yard line, but it looks like it was carried in by Geneseo into the end zone. It's going to bring it out to the 20.
They're going to call it down at the 1.
We got 2 officials standing there.
Should be a touchback. My first instinct, that should be a touchback.
When you touch the ball,
and he carried it with him into the end zone.
Yeah, you have to down it.
Correct.
And
Call is a touchback.
Yep,
that's the correct.
It is going to be a touchback, and going to come out to the 20-yard line. Quincy's going to start again with the wind in their face at the 20-yard line. Geneseo defense comes on the field, and I don't know, Coach, are we getting any new names out there yet? Any new numbers?
Not that I can tell. Well, yes. Yeah. There are a couple.
Oh, there's a bad snap, and it's fallen on by the Quincy quarterback.
No, you are correct. There's a number of new players out there we haven't seen yet today, including Owen Leach, number 64. We already mentioned Jake Nelms, Tandem Rink, Clay DeBailey is number 20. Looks like Brock Parker's out there, one of the tackle spots. Noah Johnson's out there at another one. Harrison Newman at one of the defensive end spots at the top of your screen. Nope, that's not.
Roll out right side by the quarterback. That was picked off.
Yes.
That ball was tipped by the offensive receiver and picked off.
Clay DeBailey.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. Clay DeBailey comes up with the tipped interception.
All right,
Geneseo's going to get the ball at the 25-yard line.
That was my mistake. That's not Harrison Newman. That was Nathan McAvoy out there at the defensive end spot. And just like that, they're off the field.
Geneseo football, 2 plays in, one with negative yardage, the other with an intercepted pass. Here comes a ball out on the right
Nice
side.
move.
Nice by Weinzerl.
Yes. He froze the number 8 cornerback out here and was able to get another, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards.
Little hesitation.
A little hesitation, you bet.
Picks up 8 on the play, giving the Leafs 2nd and 2. Got a little notice from the booth here that I need to catch in here. See if I can sneak that in. Oh, there's a handoff to Moore, taking the pile with him. He's got about 6 white jerseys on his back, and his legs are still going forward down inside the 10-yard line.
Right. Leafs still have pretty much their whole first offense in there. Probably trying to get the touchdown here to get that 40-point.
When that clock starts rolling, it'll be a whole different game.
The first and goal for the Maple Leafs on the 8-yard line.
There's a handoff up the middle. Is that Davison?
Yep, that was Davison.
Caden Davison takes that ball up the middle. Waiting for him to come out of there. And he picks up a couple. We got 2nd and goal at the 7. And they aren't going to take a knee here because they do want to get that clock running with the weather as it is. There's a handoff to Moore. He tries to get up the middle, and he gets pummeled about the 5-yard line.
All right, Quincy defense stiffened up here.
It did.
Yep.
He picked up 2 on it, but it's going to be 3rd and 5.
3rd and goal for the Maple Leafs on the 5-yard line.
At the 5-yard line. Some people shuffling in and out. Weinzerl checks back in. Brennan Wages checks in. Wide out on the left. Beneke keeps it. He goes up the middle, and he is going to get stopped short. We're going to have a 4th down play.
Similar to what we saw there in the 3rd quarter.
The Leafs gave the Blue Devils the ball on the 1-foot line, end up scoring shortly thereafter on the turnover. But 8 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here, and the Leafs 4th and goal at the 4.
That's Drayton DeBoof in the backfield.
That ball's down, and it's going to be recovered by Quincy at the 9-yard line, and they're going to get the ball. No matter who recovered it, they were going to get the ball right there at the 9-yard line.
4-yard line with 8 minutes and 9 seconds left in our game.
Here's an exciting announcement. If your name is Janice Rome, at each home game we draw one name from those who purchased a cardboard cutout, and that winner will receive a $25 Geneseo Chamber gift certificate to be used at many Geneseo businesses. Tonight's Pack the Stands winner is Janice Rome. Congratulations, Janice. A Booster Club officer will be in contact with you to deliver your gift certificate. Thank you for your support of Geneseo Green Machine Football. Whoa, there's a shoestring tackle with a little running room ahead had he not made that.
Yep, little Logan Pardo and Andrew
Cotty was the one that really hung on, you bet.
Right. I noticed Kobe Duda is in the ball game, along with Brock Ci here at safety. Logan Pardo with the tackle.
Starting to get, you're going to have to get some of the names in there.
Right.
Colby, I do know, will understand the game.
Yeah.
That's an intelligent young man. He knows, he studies this kind of thing. So he'll try to make it up with knowledge right here. There's a handoff swing out. It's wide right. A lot of running room. Duda with the tackle as we just we just mentioned.
Right. Oh, Jake Nelms was out there on that edge and just couldn't quite get away from the Quincy young man that was wrapping him around the arms.
Is that holding?
Not if the official doesn't call it.
Ball at the 31-yard line, first down. Quincy, the Blue Devils, trying to make some headway here. Geneseo did not cross that 40-point barrier, so the clock will be stop and go. Ball on the ground.
Oh, looks like Geneseo's got it. Can't tell.
Yep, a little excitement. Leafs are coming off the field.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Geneseo.
It's 64.
That's Owen Leach, man. That's awesome.
Owen Leach with the fumble recovery. First down, Green Machine. Oh, and we got to have a timeout.
First and 10.
Timeout. Put together another offense together.
Yep, I think they're.
Guess.
Try to get another offense out there. They're not going to. 6.5 minutes left. 6:52. They're not going to, I guess, worry about the running clock now. They're just going to get people in the game. It is exciting when the guys who don't get to play quite as much make a big play. We got 6:52 left to go here, and the score 42-7 in favor of Geneseo. 35-point lead, which happens to be the exact number that the freshman-sophomore team won the preliminary game. So it's a good day for the Green Machine. There's ball up the middle. It's the Booth.
Straight to Booth.
Yeah, he's got a first down on first down.
I know he's a decent runner. He's kind of a crazy legs type runner. His bugaboo was hanging on to the ball.
Yep. Actually, he had a couple varsity carries last year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of potential.
Right. I mean, just it's fun watching him run. There's a lot of moving parts when he runs.
First and 10 on the 20 for the Leafs. Maybe the 19. Beneke still in, gives it to Booth. Booth bounces off to the left. He's not going to get much because there is a pile of white jerseys coming at him. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he's going to get.
Okay, let's see if we can get some of those guys across the front. I see Michael Emmerich still in there, Nathan Van still in there.
They didn't change too many out.
No.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Wages still on the field.
Wade, yep. Ian Leach still in there.
This is Custer coming off the field.
Noah Johnson is in there on the left tackle spot.
DeBoof again off the left side, and he's hit hard. Driving for it, everybody. Coaches yelling, push. Got to push that pile. We're going to have third and probably about 7 or 8. It's still a long way to go.
5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Leafs up 42-7. Third and approximately 8 yards from the Quincy 17-yard line.
The clock is ticking, and again, the Leafs are going to try to use all their time. Just keep that thing rolling.
It's Isaac Custer coming into the ball game.
Mason Jones checked out.
Whoa.
And here we go. It's the Booth again up the middle, and he's hit hard again. Right just over the line of scrimmage, picked up about a yard.
Yeah, we lined up off sides. It's one of those lack of experience type penalties. He learned from it.
And we're on 4th down, so declined. They held him for no gain, so that penalty is declined, bringing up 4th down and 8. And even a field goal wouldn't get the running clock, so they're going to go for it here. Beneke out of the shotgun. He's got Weinzerl out here and Wages out on the right.
Letting that clock run down.
Clock ticking down on 4-minute mark. Oh, give it to Mason Jones, but he's going nowhere. And it's going to be Quincy football. Turnover on downs at the 20-yard line. They still got to go into that crazy wind.
Blue Devils will take over on downs.
Clock stopped at 3:55.
First and 10 on their own 21-yard line.
Brock Parker back out there along with Noah Johnson. Brennan Wages now going to see a little defensive time. Mitchell Vermost at one of the linebackers. Logan Pardo, another one. In the middle, Jake Nelms on the left. That first
ball handed up the middle. Pickup of about 5 for Quincy. Clock running at 3:43. 2nd and 6. Picked up 4.
That was Owen Leach in on that tackle.
Here's a snap. Out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle one more time. Oh, running over people.
Crenshaw, the ball carrier, runs it up.
Colby Duda in on that tackle. Brock Parker in on that tackle.
Blue Devils have it first and 10 on their own 34-yard line.
And it's going to be first down Quincy at the 34-yard line. 3:11 left to go here. 42-7 in favor of the Green Machine. The game is not in doubt. The score is the only thing left to determine.
All right.
Another hard run up the middle. And
nice tackle by Noah Johnson, wrapping him up, getting into the ground.
Brings up second down Quincy.
Tried to run through Noah Johnson's chest and it didn't work. Pickup of 4, however, and 2nd and 6. 2.5 minutes left to go here in this game. Oh, we got to jump. And they're going to say that one's on Geneseo. See, there's your field, Mike.
Yes.
They explained that penalty. We're going to have 2nd and a yard for Quincy. Clock ticking away at 2:26. And less. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Swings on the run the right, left offensive end, down across the 50, down to the 45-yard line of Geneseo.
Clay DeBailey wrestled the man to the ground, wrapped him up and rolled him.
Clay DeBailey with an interception off a tip earlier. Had some excitement in his life.
He's probably getting mentally ready for his wrestling season as well.
And there's a handoff on the right side. Cuts back up the middle, across the 40-yard line, down inside. Now they're going to spot it about the 39.
All right, Mitchell Vermost. Duda as well.
Gain of 6 yards on the play makes it second down Quincy.
Clock ticking down on the minute 30 mark. Quincy just pushing and pushing. And there's a high snap, handoff up the middle, boom! Hit hard, ball was loose.
No, they're calling it down.
Yep, they blew a whistle.
Logan Pardo there.
Along
with
Noah Johnson again, yeah. That's some, looks like they're tangled up a little bit.
6 yards to go.
But they come out of it. Running back on that one again, Tucker Crenshaw. And clock is ticking. It's under a minute. We're in the last minute here at the 41-yard line. There's a snap. Running back cuts off the left tackle.
Jake
Gets
Nelms,
it down inside 35.
Jake Nelms trips him up.
Picks up another Quincy first down. Blue Devils have it 1st and 10 on the Geneseo 35-yard line.
Along with Jake Nelms was Mitchell Vermost on the tackle. Oh, and there's the running back, and he's got some free space. He's got green turf out in front of him. Clock ticking down. We're down to 20 seconds in the ball game. It's going to be first down. Quincy at the 14-yard line. This is just about pride for this group right here. Hand off up the middle. It's Crenshaw. He gets that knocked down for a yard loss.
Number 40, Tucker Crenshaw.
Oh, no, he didn't. I'll take that back.
Quincy, their first time out of half.
With 5 seconds left to go in the game, Quincy calls a timeout and appear like they want to take it in the end zone. Ball is 2nd and 7 on the 11-yard line, and most likely one play left in the game.
Right. They're just trying to, if they can get a score here, kind of go home with a decent taste in their mouth, something to hang their hat on. You know, it's a long ride back to Quincy, and, you know, maybe get there.
All those people who bet on the spread, though, I don't know.
A bad beat?
So with 5 seconds left, final play of the game, most likely it's Quincy at the 11-yard line. Snap, drop back, kicks it out, and it's going to be knocked down.
Yeah, that quarterback paid.
And that quarterback got nailed. That 5 second after the timeout was painful.
Logan Pardo, first one at the quarterback.
And
that's great.
Whether that ball was incomplete pass or fumble is no matter. That is the end of the ball game. It's Geneseo 42, Quincy 7. Another Big Six win for the Leafs, and they're back on track.
Exactly. Once again, something flipped in that Alleman game. That Geneseo just put the second half of the Alleman game and this whole entire game. Put something together, and I think you hit it. It's a confidence thing. And you're building confidence now. Next week we go in and play a really good Rock Island team, very athletic over there at Rocky Public School Stadium. So it'll be interesting to see now how we respond to a win like this.
They ring the victory bell for the first time, for the first home win of the season, and that's always a big treat. The seniors and the juniors, obviously this group wanted to do that. And Willis is working on some stats. While Willis is working on those, let me mention our sponsors one more time. These people do their best to bring you this broadcast, along with Keith, of course, donating all of his time and money. I'm sure Kim has to hold him down once in a while because he just wants to spend everything on Channel 50. But this TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by, besides Keith Kennett, Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Communications, Turpins of Geneseo, Buzzworks Automotive, Geneseo Fitness, Eric Henderson and Jolene Effner of Country Financial, Central Bank, Vandemore Funeral Home, Hammond Henry Hospital, Vorak Pharmacy, Brian Garnett of Garnett Asset Management, and Farmers National Bank. Please thank these people for sponsoring this broadcast.
Well, let's take a look at some of the stats here for today. For the Quincy fans who are watching, they probably want to know Crenshaw was your leading rusher with 7 carries for 52 yards. Lewis, 35 yards on 3 carries. Hanson, 25 yards on 4 carries. Q Rupert, that's Quinn. He 9 carries, 24 yards. Dre Humphrey, 11 carries, 22 yards. He got bottled up quite a bit. The second of the Ruperts, 2 carries, 7 yards, and then Tipton Hicks 1 carry, 1 yard for a total of 151 yards on 41 carries, an average of 3.7. Passing, there were 7 attempts for 1 completion, 3 interceptions. That was a bugaboo for Quincy today. That 1 catch, the passing was from Quinn Rupert. The 1 catch was from belonged to Hansen, 1 for 11 yards. So Quincy had 12 first downs, 151 rushing yards, 11 yards passing for a total of 162 yards. The big issue here, 5 fumbles, 5 lost, 4 penalties for 20 yards. Time of possession, 21, almost 22 minutes. And for the victorious Leafs, you got Bruce Moore, 21 carries, 141 yards to tack on to what he did Monday. That included 3 touchdowns and a long of 27. Nathan Beneke, 10 carries, 38 yards. Jaden Winesrell, 6 carries, 18 yards. Drayton DeBoeuf, 4 carries, 13 yards. Mason Jones, 6 carries, 11 yards. And Caden Davison had 2 carries for 3 yards. So split a whole lot more than what we saw on Monday. Bruce Moore with half the carries than what he had on Monday. Nathan Beneke was 2 completions and 5 attempts for 55 yards, including a long of 28. The recipients of those, Mason Jones had that 28-yard catch, and Jaden Winesworth a catch for 27 yards. 15 first downs for the Leafs, 49 carries on 224 yards. 2 of 5 passing for 55 yards for a total of 279 yards on the day. 2 fumbles, 1 which was lost, 6 penalties for 44 yards, and a 26-minute time of possession. So, all the numbers favored Geneseo, and it was just kind of one of those things. You come out early. I won't call it necessarily shock and awe, but you really put Quincy back on their heels by choosing defense first, and us kicking, playing the field position battle. Quincy, couple turnovers, couple short fields for the Leafs, 27-0 at the end of the first quarter, and that kind of laid the groundwork for the rest of the day.
It did. And thank you, Willis Handel, for those stats. Thank you, Keith Kennett, for everything you do, especially the love you give us. Thanks to Pat Mitchell. My name is Bob Pettit. Thanks for joining us today. Catch you next time.